All right, let's see what we got here. Looks like one rusty piece of shit. I mean, if you're gonna get an EM, at least get a decent one. This thing's had a shit repaint job on it, and it looks like it's rusty as hell inside. But maybe it's got a nice playfield. Sometimes people buy it for one reason or another. The apron's not good. All right, let's see. Let's see what's inside of here. I think we found the back box key, so that's good. Ugh. Inside of here. I mean, the rust on here, corrosion, that stuff's terrible. Yeah, it's just not good. Well, I paint the outside of it and leave all this stuff in such a mess. But, yes, what's that? Fuse holder. I don't know. The only thing we can do is do what we always do. Just wash everything and make new labels and sand everything and paint everything. These brackets, I'm not too worried about those. I don't even think those are just cash box brackets. I'm not too worried about that. And just, you know, bead blast or whatever we gotta do. I think these should be metal, but let's see what kind of shape this glass is in. Let's see if we need one or not. Oh shit, it's a replacement already. It's so dumb when they make these replacements and they put that decal on there. And I can tell you, this thing's already bubbling. See this right here? To get in close, but you can see it's one of those CPR scratch and sniff back glasses. Look at this thing. I mean, this thing's worthless. I mean, you can't even touch it. Look at it. It's just, I just rub it with my finger and the stuff comes off. That's, I mean, I just, look at that. Garbage, absolute garbage. Look at this. It's a genuine Bally replacement. They shouldn't be licensed in this shit. This shit's horrible. I mean, it's fucking total garbage. I swear there are lottery tickets that are more durable than that. I've had a harder time, man. I'm so tired of that shit right there. It's just, this is taking a lot out of me. All right, let's throw the head up on here. The first thing I'm thinking is like, there's no back box lights at all. Why is that? No GI. No GI. Alright, well, I mean, it works, right? No GI, but that could be a fuse. And I don't know, I'll figure it out. That's all I can tell you. That's what I'm always tell you, but I will figure it out. But it's, I don't know. I mean, at least we know that much about it. We'll go from there. Okay, we got our back glass for the space mission, and this is a much nicer looking back glass than this thing right here. This thing is just ugly. I don't understand the color choices. I mean, I looked at it, I looked online on like the IPDB, and it seems like this is supposed to be white, but that's like this yellow, and they use this really dark brown. I mean, it's a really dark brown. I think it is supposed to be brown, but it's like a really dark brown. Whereas over here they use green. This has a lot more pop to it. It looks really good, and it's gonna complement that white, red, and blue cabinet a lot better than this was. But more importantly, the main reason I'm doing this is because of what reason? Because that's so fragile. I mean, that thing's not gonna hold up. But even minor details I'll show you just so you can get a smaller appreciation. Like if you look under here, there's supposed to be 2 colors present under here, like this. See that? That's in this back glass. It's omitted from that one. And little things too, like these are supposed to be stars. They're just dots. And you can only do so much with that, but at least if you look closely, at least here, there's an attempt to make them look like stars. I mean, and you could go back and forth between these 2 glasses all day long and just point out differences. So I'll put some channels on this and put it to the side, and we'll throw this back in a box and mark it to send back with the game. And we got a glass. We got a better glass than we had. All right, here we go. Space mission. All right, well, this apron's a mess. I can already see that.
More and I'll be fine. Same scene on every
All right, what did you see? Let me see. I'll try to tell you. I'll try to fill you in. I have to remember myself. So, Space Mission, Williams Space Mission, 1976, was made a month before my wife. So, I'm not going to say it's old, but I am going to say it's not new. And let me think. We evaluated it. We tore it down. I washed all the wiring for this game. I'm talking about the lamp panel wiring, the motorboard wiring, the playfield wiring. Because it's cloth wiring, I also blew it dry and put it in the sun and got it up to a pretty high temperature. That kind of simulates like almost like a clothes dryer. And since it's cloth wire, I feel like you got to kind of treat it that way. And that way, that cloth will hold moisture a lot longer. I mean, insulated wire, the stuff it's just bouncing off of there. It's not getting in there. It's not penetrating it. But cloth wire, the water does penetrate it, which is fine. But as long as we dry it quickly and effectively, we're not going to have any kind of corrosion issues or anything like that. So that was done. And then I rebuilt everything that I had torn down. The motorboard, I rebuilt that. It needed a couple coils. It had some crispy ones. Greased the score motor, new power cord, new fuse block, things like that. Good confidence in that. I didn't go crazy staining the wood because actually after I washed it, I had it on that stand and I washed the whole thing because I thought I'm just going to make a new piece of wood. And because it looked so bad. And then after I cleaned it and I looked at it the next day, I'm like, shit, this is pretty clean. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So it was all right. And the lamp panel, that was a nightmare. I tore that thing down. All the score reels, well, it was weird because players 2, 3, and 4 look pristine for the most part. But player 1, you can see where somebody has literally switched one of the reels out entirely, and they didn't do a very good job. I cleaned that up. And it had a bunch of locked on, well, not a bunch because there's only 4, but it had like 2 locked on coils. You can see they're just hot. And so I had to really go through that. And I had to mix and match the reels, put the shittiest looking reels on the number 4 player, things like that, and work through that. And there was hacks in there. Speaker wire was jumping shit together. It was a mess. So I went through that and I feel pretty good about that. A lot more thoroughly than I did the Captain Fantastic previously, and the reason for that is because it needed it. And I kind of tried to avoid that on the Captain Fantastic, and I wound up having to circle back around and do somewhat of a version of it. So this time I'm just like, you know what, just get it off there. And I know it's a pain in the ass, desoldering all that, fishing all that stuff out of there, working it out, but I did that, washed it, dried it, rebuilt it. I have good confidence in it. Stuff's really clean. And because this thing's rough, this thing is a turd. Playfield harness, washed all that, dried it, and it'll just sit there until we're ready with our playfield. I did get a replacement back glass. I know I was shitting on that CPR back glass with good reason. I mean, you can see the thing's fragile. And so I've got a good back glass from another source. It looks a lot nicer. The colors are good. The details are better. It looks great. So I'm happy with that. Back glass is settled. Playfield, I got 2 coats of clear on the playfield, and I kind of saturated it because on these old EM games, you saw me, I sanded the shooter lane clean. I cleaned it up best I could, but it's a lost cause. There's going to be ground and dirt. It's going to be a lot of repaints. That's all there is to it, so I don't have to waste a whole lot of time trying to chase dirt out of the playfield or anything like that because I'm just going to wind up having to repaint it anyway. So how much of a repaint? 50, 70% probably is my guess of a repaint on that. So I'm just flooding it with clear at first, 2 coats. That second coat, I'm really flooding the inserts because I want to seal those gaps. It's got these gaps and these rings everywhere. And I want to seal the wood grain where it's really raw, where I've had to try to sand some of the ground and dirt out. But, you know, that's going to be a whole process. Apron, we got to figure that out. Got to paint that. A lot of metal to recondition. Broke the mechs down, put those in the tumbler, the brackets that is. I'll rebuild all that stuff, but I don't know. That's pretty much, I think that covers what I think I've got up here, but it might not cover it all. So
I don't know. If you have any questions, they'll either be answered or you can ask in the comments, but you know, it might be answered eventually in the process, who knows. But there it is, Space Mission Project taking off.